What's up? Welcome to the best episode yet of You're Not... What's the show called?
You're not my type.
You're Not My Type, bro. Thank you.
Type,
You know what? We're happy to have you today. We have an awesome show. I tell you, we have a lot on our mind. I should say foreigners. I hate foreigners so much, especially the ones that can't speak English properly. English is the American language, and I'm still learning it, as you can tell.
It is the official. Trump moved to make English the official language of the United States, which
I like the man more by the minute. This is fantastic.
I don't
Another
think we need
pointless
that.
thing.
Exactly.
The Gulf of United States. The Gulf
Of America.
That's right.
He had it on the thing in his office. Did
That's
you see
right.
it on the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
ridiculous.
stupid.
I have the great privilege of hosting this amazing show, and during this show, to switch it up, everybody will be straight and white on the inside. So it'll be an awesome show, as you can imagine. We just talked about they have jazz and blues. That's not fair. The white man needs something. So
You have heavy metal.
that's right.
You
Yeah.
have
Okay.
food with no seasoning.
That's true. Fucking true too. Damn. I just put salt on everything. I'm the guy that goes to Ross and just buys the all-purpose seasoning. Hey, it works. It
It's
works.
called all-purpose for a reason.
But you're drinking.
That's
before
all
we
you
make the
use is
toast?
all-purpose
sorry.
seasoning.
This guy. Hey, what?
All you use is all-purpose seasoning.
No, I do a
Okay.
little bit of.
That's like Jesus.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go straight. We have a lot of stuff ground to cover today, and we're going to go straight into cocktails and complaints. And before we do that, we got to make our weekly toast. So good to see you guys. Cheers to cocktails and complaints. Woo, 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 woo. Ooh, And you know what? Let's kick it right off.
ASMR.
We have, a friend emailed me or texted me a couple of days ago. He's like, you got to do that segment that we're going to do later, which is so much fun. We're going to have a great game show today. But before we do that, we got to get our weekly complaints out of the way.
All right.
I have something that's been bothering me for a week. I can't sleep, but I'm going to go last since I'm the host. Duane, why don't we start with you? And what is your complaint of the week? And don't you give me this so I don't have a complaint. I only have something good for the week.
Do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Very. You acted like this is
There
a
you
free
go.
country.
And there you go. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yes, victory.
Not anymore.
All right. So what? I guess it's not a complaint of the week. It's a complaint that I've had for a while. On Threads and Instagram, you follow these pages, and I don't know what's going on with my algorithm, but there's a different. They seem like different reiterations of each other, but these pages are for like dark psychology.
Oh.
And I was like, they're interesting to look at, but and a lot of their tips, they can't do a lot of harm, but it caused me, because I'm a nerd and I have to research things. I looked up dark psychology, and there are books on it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. And like the point of it is it refers to the study of the human capacity to manipulate, coerce, deceive, and exploit others.
Ooh, I like it.
Without their knowledge. And it examines how certain individuals use certain psychological tactics to control or harm others for their personal gain, dominance, and revenge.
We could use that for our human trafficking business you've been talking about
What business are
establishing.
you talking about?
Wait a minute. It's called dark psychology?
Dark psychology.
Oh.
It's basically the study of how to. So here are the core components: manipulation, gaslighting. We've talked about that. Deception, coercion, and it basically is the users of this are. I guess the study is basically based off narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy, known as the dark triad of personality traits often studied in dark psychology. And so the point of the books, though, is to basically train or help protect yourself against being manipulated or the harmful intent of others. But my complaint is in the wrong hands. Someone could study it with harmful intent to dominate or dismantle
Somebody like a human being?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And so my complaint is like,
What's the
why the complaint is why arm people? It's kind of like going back to my complaint about gun control. Why give someone that shouldn't have an automatic weapon? Why would you give people who may not be emotionally mature enough to understand what they're doing? Because sometimes I think a lot of people just do things to get a reaction out of people. They don't realize like the long-term effects. But if someone were to repeatedly do this to someone, why are we arming them? I get the point of it was to help protect.
I would love to
against
become a
that.
master at this, wouldn't you?
No,
Yeah.
well, no. That's maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it.
I love it. I can't wait to come home and study everything on YouTube. YouTube has like been my college, so I might as well become great at this manipulation.
I'm sure there. I didn't even check
I was
YouTube.
gonna ask you, is this like a formal type of thing where people are like, where there's like courses or classes that people
There are
are
books on
taking?
it.
Oh, Jesus.
There are books. I mean, if you study psychology, if you I took psychology 101. Like, it's interwoven in there, but they don't segregate it out to train you specifically on how to do it, because you really shouldn't be doing it unless you are a psychologist. And I knew about it a little bit, because I worked for the Trevor Project or volunteered for it, and so you'd have to they train you of how to,
Manipulate.
No, you're not manipulating someone that's suicidal. You're trying to discern if you're being manipulated on the other end.
Being manipulated is fun sometimes. We all like to be. We all love to be lied to. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's brilliant.
Well, listen, wait a minute. Maybe you think.
Actually, there's, what? Everyone manipulates to a point.
There you
Yes.
go.
Because if
Yeah, right.
if you're trying to get a kid to eat their vegetables, you tell them, if you eat your vegetables, I'll give you some ice cream.
And then we call it a white lie to
Yeah.
make it. And by the way, or a job
But it's a
interview.
manipulation.
I mean, dude, in every job interview that I've ever had, and I have many, it's nothing but one freaking lying act.
Yeah.
From the moment you show up till you leave. I mean, it's all about your best. Or like when you're on a date, guys will say anything.
You're
to
wearing
get
a
to second
mask.
base.
You're wearing a
Yeah,
mask until
literally.
you feel comfortable to take it
Oh,
off.
my mask is my best friend.
But that's my complaint.
Yeah.
Is maybe
Okay.
we shouldn't arm people that shouldn't have that knowledge.
Okay, I like it.
I mean, are these books that should be on the banned book list?
I don't know that any books should be banned, but maybe not advertise it on Instagram.
On social media.
That's a great point.
Because there's so many shady people already lurking around there on social media. If you can find if you're somebody who's committed to a cause and you find something like that,
Oh, you'll find anything bad. Yeah, you're right.
you
Yeah.
are gonna go for it 102%.
Yeah.
Look, that's why I looked at the comment section. I was like, that guy right there should not have.
All right, we have our first complaint. Oh, I gotta get to my hang on, my home screen. I can do this, and we're gonna skip Theo today, so it's not two black ones against one white guy, and so I'll be like, all right, fine. We'll do it out of pity. Go ahead.
So my complaint. I have been talking about myself career transitioning for the last several months, and so I'm just going to continue with that line of complaining because there's so many things to complain about when you're looking for a job.
Oh, it's the worst.
And one of the things that is starting to annoy me the most is when you're going about your business, you're filling out your job application, and then you arrive at the question, why do you want to work here?
Oh,
Why do you want to work for us? Now,
I get angry. It's not even my complaint, and I'm getting angry.
okay, now hold on a second. Okay, let's say for example, you love Facebook, you love Netflix, you love any of those big companies, and it's been your dream since you were in middle school, high school, to work for that corporation. I get it then in that point, but if this is just some little this was some SaaS company, some little small SaaS company. Why do you want to work for us? Because I want some money. Because I need a job.
I need a fucking
Why
job,
are you
asshole.
asking this question?
Why are you asking that
You
question?
know what I do?
Freaking annoying.
You know what I do?
What?
I just take the company
The mission statement?
mission statement, put that in ChatGPT. Thank you. This is exactly why I want to work
Exactly why I want to work for you.
Oh,
It's just
Quick
one
and
of-
easy.
It's just one of those things where it's just
it's dumb.
It's a dumb question to ask people.
dumb.
I need a job. I need income. You're hiring. There was this great video. I don't know if you either of you saw it, but this black girl, she goes into this interview and she sits down, and the woman's like, "So why do you want to work for us?" And she's like,
Ugh.
"Cause y'all said y'all was hiring." She's like, "Cause y'all said y'all was hiring. I came in here. I need a job. Y'all hiring. That's why I need to work here." But it's just one of those things where it's just it's a stupid question to ask, because if people didn't have to work, they wouldn't. And I want to work
Seriously.
here because I need a job and I need income. So please stop asking that question and wasting my time. But now that you said that, I'm probably gonna do a little ChatGPT action myself with that.
Especially if it's this really niche startup.
Yeah.
It's
That's even worse.
dude,
Yeah.
You're
It's like,
I don't know.
I don't
you're
know who
making,
you are.
You're making post-its. This is not my dream.
is so
Unless I
dumb.
want to be Romeo and Michelle.
I mean, I would love to be asked that question on.
welcome to the
job
KKK
interview.
interview. Why would you like to join the KKK?
You tell us.
I came out of left field.
You let us know.
No, it
I
made me
know where to
think of
position myself.
because yesterday I saw the David Chappelle bit.
Which one?
Yeah, when he's black and blind, but he joins the KKK.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
It's the
yes.
funniest
What's his name?
Yes,
What's
yes,
his name
yes,
again?
Oh, I forget.
I forget his
It's
name
so
too.
funny. It's so funny.
Or James the dolphin. Do y'all remember James?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's the
I'm
funniest
going to stop
bit ever.
there, but yes.
Oh.
And just to shut this out really quickly or close this down, like there's some companies that I wouldn't mind working for, and those are the companies that everybody knows. And
Right.
so when they ask that question to me, I don't know why I feel like it doesn't bother me as much as it does with. Like you
But
said,
because they
like-
probably mean it. Like if you're applying for the rocket division of Boeing, they're like, okay, why do you want to be here? You're like, okay, well, look, I studied that particular part of rocket science, and I had a guy that really went through that when I was working at Cali Airport and he was interviewing for SpaceX. And, I didn't know rocket science. There's like 60 different engineers for a particular rocket, right?
Oh, okay.
And he's like, okay, look, I worked on that specific thrust section of that thrust of that section, and I really want to be in that department because that's what I'm passionate about. So when they ask him, they really mean it, whereas fucking Dennis asking, or like, remember when we were like bartending, why do you want to work here? Bitch, you're a club. I'm a bartender. I need tips.
I need a job.
I need to pay rent.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Maybe I should start putting that in there. Maybe that'll make somebody laugh, and they'll be like, "Hey, I liked your answer." I don't know. Anyway, that's my complaint of the week.
I like it. Well, we saved the best for last, like always.
Who's coming after you?
Nice. That was quick. I like it. That was good. He's good. He's on fire today. I like it. We're gonna cut that bit out, of course.
We ain't.
No, we ain't, because he's editing. I don't know if it's anything to do with European. No, cars in America are a great history, but for me, a car has always been a little bit of a statement. Like, it's not just a point A to point B thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I get it. If you can't
Some
afford.
people it is.
Yeah, for some people it is. In Europe, it's become just. It's just. The more compact. You know how it is. It's just. They're all gray, gross, ugly, and for 30 years now. What's always bugged me, but just especially yesterday, is when people put fucking stickers on their cars. I can't stand it. Well, not just bumpers. There's two types. I'm getting to that. There's two types. There's the one guy I can't even take serious. That's like the surfer guy who has the whole freaking Corolla covered in 60 or 1,600 stickers. I'm okay with that. Fucking, surf, Sex Pistols, whatever. I'm all cool. But then, dude, you're in a fucking Prius or whatever, and you're putting these things back like coexist. Which has every religious thing.
Symbol.
It makes me want to like pull you over and punch you. But I can't do that because that's against the law. So I'm just going to complain.
Just coexist. Yeah. What he said. Why you want to pull him over and punch him?
I just want to go like in an episode of Family Guy, be like, bitch, it's going to be a little bit more complicated in case you haven't noticed than putting a coexist bumper sticker on your car.
Okay.
Because, you have the Islam, you have the Star of David, you have the Christianity, you have people that will kill all of the above on there, right? And it's always some like, when you look at the driver, it's always somebody who clearly has no concept of how the non-pretty part of the world is. You know what I'm saying? So
The underbelly.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like the very, country that you have on the back of that sticker will probably cut your fucking head off for even putting them next to that logo. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but then again, there's also something beautiful of that arrogance that you can be in such a great place where you can put such a sticker on your car too, right? I have a coexist a bumper sticker on my car. I want to ask that person.
Should we not dream about that? Strive for that?
Listen, dreaming don't get you anywhere, man. Hard work does. Dreaming.
Right, but that's a goal.
Yeah.
You work towards a goal.
Listen, I've been around for 46 years. The only thing I've noticed is shit getting worse. And I'm a big dreamer, and dreaming hasn't done shit. Because that's in our nature. We're animals. But that's a whole different topic. The thing is, I would love to ask that person, okay, you put that thing on there, and I appreciate the sentiment. But what really, why? What are you doing? What's the point?
Right.
It's not doing anything. Coexist. That's great. You know what? I want everybody to have world peace and all the gays and straights and whites and Republicans and liberals to get along. Well, there's my dream.
Yeah.
Awesome. I spoke a fancy line that will never happen, right?
Maybe there's someone.
There's no money in that.
Maybe there's someone driving behind that vehicle and they see that sticker and they're like, huh, "That's a great idea. Let me try and be nice."
Stop being so positive.
Let me try and be nicer to that bitch. Let me try to be nicer to that bitch
You're
at work.
just
Let me
full of
coexist with
hate.
her.
Yeah, and not only that, but
I hate people that want to coexist. Okay, the fuck is that? Who says that?
but by the way, it's not about the coexist sticker particular. That's actually a nice message. It's just when you put stickers on there. Obviously, now we have all the people, anti-Elon stickers, or we have the peace sticker, or the fuck this guy, fuck that guy. So I'm like, dude, when it comes to a point where you have to put a sticker on your car, it looks so dumb to me. And they're not even balanced. Then my OCD kicks in because it's like this, and it just drives me insane. And I would like for it to become illegal. And,
So the
and I hope that will be banned, because you should not be allowed in this free country to put a bumper sticker on your car.
So it's
You're not allowed in this
specifically the
free
bumper sticker. To be clear, is this specifically the bumper sticker, or you just don't like the sticker at all?
No. I hate when people put stickers on cars, because it makes me feel like I'm judging them to be. I can't take them serious, and that's totally on me, because I'm obviously incredibly imperfect. But what I'm saying is, and then when you put multiple on, it just looks dumb. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for the big ticket item this week?
Yes.
All right,
I
we're
am
going to need pens and paper.
scared.
I'm excited and
this
scared
is
at the
awesome.
same time.
Take this. This is a. All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, they really don't know. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is part for our first time. We're going to do this quarterly. And today. Quarterly, absolutely.
How are we gonna? Okay.
I don't know. I just set up to sound fancy.
How are we gonna divide that up?
Every quarter.
We had this great segment that I did once for fun, where we were going through LGBTQ terminology.
Yes.
And we were all struggling. And my friend David, he loved that segment so much. He was like, you got to make a bit out of this. And then I thought about it, and I realized this is so true. Because, becoming gay is incredibly complex and complicated. It takes more effort than
Well, it's
becoming
not
a
you don't
doctor.
become.
Coming gay. We're not Cal Richards.
And
You might have an epiphany or a realization.
Spoken like a true
that
straight
you've
man.
been gay. Gay a long time.
And studying the terminology is more complex and involving than becoming a doctor. So I figured, why not make a bit out of this?
True.
And ladies and gentlemen, I officially welcome you to the first time ever bit called Who's Gonna Be the Gay of the Week? And
What the hell is this?
isn't this awesome? This is the
there
shit.
a cash prize? 'Cause if there is, I'll
Absolutely.
take it.
Double-sided dildos for everybody.
Pass.
So check this out. Here's the rule of the game. I pulled up a link that from a university in Scotland, I think, that has every LGBTQ title or name, I should say, and the meaning of it.
As of
And-
today.
So really, this isn't gay of the week. This is the LGBTQ community.
No. Listen, you cannot be a proper gay if you don't know the terms. So you cannot be, hello.
can.
Yes, you
Hello.
can.
You cannot be a pilot if you don't know certain terms. You cannot be a proper gay. And the best part is, I, as a straight man, I'm going to compete with these two gentlemen and dethrone them as the gays of the week. Now, see, the great thing about this bit is they're competing against each other. But I, as
the
the
straight man telling us how to be a proper gay.
No.
What is this?
That's the fun part. Watch this. I am willing to throw myself into the game to see if I know more terminology than you.
You don't.
Well-
if you did, it's because you studied this shit last
No.
night.
Now, here's the rules. The first person to get to 5 points wins and can claim gay of the... Well, we'll make a gay of the month. And imagine if the straight man wins this.
That's not happening.
All right. We have the first competition. I like it. So, are you ready? Here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
I'm going to bring up the phone, and so everybody sees it, so there's no trickery involved. And I have a link here, and I'm going to click on it. I'm prepared. And there you go. And this is the list of LGBTQ terms, and it's endless. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on. It's like 6 pages worth of stuff. So I'm just going to stop on one. We're going to write it down. Everybody gets 10 seconds, and then you have to explain what it is. And then we read
You
it.
should have gamified this. There are sites that would have ingested all of that.
No, but this is so much more fun, okay?
This is so much more rigged.
So, but I'll give you the warm-up. So this one doesn't count, because this one I actually did study because I wanted to get up to date. So write this down, because as of last week, the full term now that we have, and let me give you a second here. Let me. Okay, here we go. So write this down. LGBTQIP2SAA. I'll repeat. LGBTQIP2 IP2SAA. That's now the official new acronym of the community. What does that stand for?
No.
Well, the first one. I'll give it to you
What
again.
the hell is the two?
There you go. See, there you go. There you go. You are not proper gays. I think these two gentlemen have been faking it the whole time.
I'm answering. Stop talking and write down your answer.
Well, no, I know the answer, so that's why this doesn't count.
Okay.
I know the answer, so I'm just giving you a warm-up round, how this would work in the game.
I'm going to write down my answer.
Correct. Yeah, you have to write it down. So LGBT is obvious, lesbian, gay.
Stop giving it away.
That one's obvious, but so LGBTQIP2SAA is the new official all-inclusive acronyms that they have so far. So, and if you're watching this 2 years from now, this is of course going to be very dated. There'll be 90 more letters, but we're at 12 now.
I'm going to go first.
All right, let's hear it.
And I had to skip a couple letters.
I'm like,
But it's good. Okay.
We're going to expose them for the non-gays that they are.
Okay, we ready?
Let's hear it.
call us non-gays one more time. I will pull out my phone.
I love this already. I love this.
All right, here we
This is
go.
the best bit ever. Let's hear it.
Okay.
L.
Lesbian.
Okay.
G.
Okay.
Gay.
Okay.
B. Bi. T. Trans. Q. Queer. Q. Questioning. I. Intersex. P. Pansexual. 2. Tupac.
Dumbass. Like an idiot. No.
Next S I couldn't get, but then
Okay.
I said asexual, and the last A I couldn't get. So how'd I do?
Yeah, you had everything but the ones you missed. What was you had both A's? What'd you say?
I had the same thing, except I skipped the same ones you did, but for two I put two spirit. Like
You put two spirit?
That's like
Yeah.
a Native
That's
American
correct.
one.
is it?
Two spirit is correct. Yep.
But why the two? Oh, okay.
Okay, give me the whole list. Give me the whole list because he has 3 missing. What do you have?
I have lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, questioning, intersex, pansexual, two spirit. Did know the S, asexual, and I don't know. Sorry.
So the 2S is two spirit. 2S is part of
Oh,
that.
that's what I was gonna-
Correct. So so he has one more than you, Theo. The A that was missing is androgynous.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is
Okay.
it?
Androgynous?
Androgynous, which I have no fucking idea what it means.
It means that you don't really look physically man, woman. You're androgynous. You
Oh.
You're like Twildis.
Like
I don't know. I don't know if
Tilda
she
Swinton.
identifies that way,
Yeah.
but she's very androgynous.
Who's that?
looking.
an
Tilda
actress.
Swinton. She's an.
Oh yeah, exactly. I could never figure out if she's a man or a woman.
That's
Okay, cool. All right.
Hillary Swank in $1 Million.
Yeah, $1 Million Baby. Got it. Okay, cool.
Not $1 Million Baby. Was
Yeah,
she
the boxer.
androgynous?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she was.
thought
She looked androgynous.
Do you mean Boys Don't Cry?
Is it Boys Don't Cry or is it 2 million?
Boys-
No,
Boys
$1 Million
Don't-
Baby is the boxer.
Boxer or when she
Oh,
was,
but she played the
Tina
guy.
Landon.
Yeah,
Tina,
yeah, yeah,
Brandon
yeah,
Tina.
yeah,
Brandon
yeah,
Tina.
yeah, yeah.
Brandon Tina.
That one.
So
Tina Landon. That was Janet Jackson's back. How gay am I?
We miss you, Hillary Swank. Where are you?
So if this round would have
on the
counted, Duane will be up 1-0. And obviously, I would have had no chance in this particular thing. And first one to reach 5 wins the game. And this is serious stuff. Theo, you'll be losing. You're not really gay. I mean, that's people are going to look at you as less gay. That's not good. All right. Are we ready for the game?
Wait. Why would and I just a question? Why would and audience members feel free to comment. Like it's someone that's androgynous. Why would they not? Why is that a whole separate section?
I don't know. That doesn't make any
That's
sense.
above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Because you can appear. You can be.
Maybe I don't
androgynous,
understand.
but
Maybe
it
it's
doesn't have anything to do with your
appear-
sexuality.
Yeah, maybe I don't understand like the term because I thought it was just like appearance. Maybe I need to look that up.
I thought it was just appearance too.
Yeah.
And they also say that they have apparently 73 things they're trying to add to this list. I don't even know how you keep up, you guys. But okay. So are you ready?
That's why there's a plus sign.
So you don't have to keep adding all this stuff.
Gender queer. Not queer, but gender queer. Okay, we have 15 seconds, gender queer. Okay, gender queer. Okay, go for it.
Gender queer. I'm just putting the two words together as they
Duane,
mean.
Marko.
Gender and queer. Queer means strange, so I'm thinking that it's just a gender identity that they're not subscribing to a specific gender. for their own thing.
But there's so many other terms. I could be wrong. I don't know. What do you have?
Isn't that
That's not
so,
I
asexual
have
or
no idea.
pansexual?
I don't know.
Okay, he doesn't know. All right. Okay,
I
can you
don't
do
know.
better than that?
No, probably not. I just put down that it was like a synonym for androgynous, but
No. I have nothing.
all right.
I know queer, but the gender queer threw me off. Here's the answer. A term for people whose gender identity doesn't sit comfortably with man or woman. It is also used by people who reject binary gender roles and or normative gender expressions. Gender queer is often used in a similar way to
Non-binary.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Who really gets the point? No, we didn't really. Nobody really knew it.
It's just another
No,
way
I
to say
said it.
You said it.
You did?
Yeah.
All right, Duane gets 1 point.
It's just
It's,
another way
it's
to
just
say
the two
non-binary.
words put together.
Yeah.
It's just
All right, fair
a
enough.
strange gender.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after the first round, Duane is up 1-0-0. And here comes the roulette. Bing, ging, 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 ging.
No, it's 2-0-0.
That was the first. That was the trial.
Oh, that one was a trial, yeah.
You will be keeping track.
I'm very competitive.
All right. Here it is. I'm putting it right down so nobody can read the answer. The term is ally.
Okay.
A-L-L-Y.
That's easy.
It is?
Yeah.
Yes. How do you?
I don't know what
Don't say
ally is.
anything.
I'm not
Don't
even.
say anything.
Do we have to write it down?
I don't. You don't have to write it down. But I just did. I don't know why. I'll go first. Did
All right. Is it just the word
go
ally?
first.
Like as an ally? I'm an ally of... Okay.
Ally.
you write your answer?
All right. Ally. I'm going to go with... It looks like this could be easier than I make it to be.
Well, it just is where you landed.
Q. Yeah. All right. Let's see.
You.
All right. I'm going to go first. Ally, just like an ally during the war. Somebody that supports LGBTQ and that community. An ally.
Okay. Yeah.
An ally.
An ally.
Something that you're not, Marko.
More than you think.
Yes.
All right.
I know you are.
It's
All
the
right.
same. It's someone
Same.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
That wasn't hard.
Oh, well, it was confusing because I didn't think it could be that simple. Let's scroll up. It is a straight or cis person. Oh, a straight. It is. Okay, who supports members of the LGBT. Okay, cool. All right. Everybody gets a point. We have 0-0. Duane has 1. So you're at 2. Theo and Marko 1. We can't let this bitch win.
Nah.
You gonna let him win?
Nah.
He can dethrone you as the gay. I've known you. Come on, man.
You might win.
He's gonna take his phone.
I don't like labels.
QT pop. Oh, I got that one.
Q-Tipok. Q-Tipok, yeah. Q-Tipok.
I think I got it.
I think I got
think I
it.
might catch up to you. I don't
You
know.
might.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
I want to go first.
All right, Theo, go first. What is it?
QTIPOC.
Uh-huh.
It's what did I write down? I can't even read my own damn handwriting. Queer, queer, trans, sexual, intersex person of color.
Oh, wow.
that
Okay.
right?
QTIPC, an acronym that stands for queer, transgender, and intersex people of color. Fucking hell, wow.
Yeah.
What do you got? You didn't have that. Did you have the whole thing?
No.
Oh, Theo has gone on! Okay, just because you all really care about how the white straight man did, I actually thought it was also an acronym within the acronyms. I put queer, trans, pan.
Does that say pussy?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Queer pussy, like, no.
That's what you're writing me down.
No, pansexual.
Okay.
But I would have never guessed.
I mean, you're never gonna forget POC.
Yeah.
POC.
So what? That's like.
You know what?
The meaning
the
of
first
it?
time what's that? That party, the big one that's geared towards.
Is it in Palm Springs?
No, here.
Oh, the one that we were gonna go to and didn't end up going to.
Yeah, and there's some controversy about it because if you're
Duane, Marko.
if you're like a white
yeah.
I just can't think of it right now.
Isn't that It's one of those
Not
underground
Pegasus,
parties.
Port
It's not
Detroit.
Ospinoff.
Not Port Detroit. It's the other one. It is Ospinoff.
Is it Ospinoff?
It's Ospinoff.
Okay, Ospinoff.
Yeah.
It's a party
Or
where
it's Port Detroit.
there's different tiers of what you pay to get into the party based on your
Gender and
sexuality,
your
Really?
race.
Yeah.
Race. So
That
if
That
you're,
sounds discriminating.
it's very.
Yeah.
Huh.
People don't like it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Theo 2, Duane 2, Marko 1. I'm doing this on purpose, giving them hope, and then, of course, I'll catch up and win. First person to reach 5 is officially the gay king of the quarter. All right, next. All right,
Gay king of the queen. What if I want to be a queen?
I'll go for queen. It stopped at outed.
Oh,
Outed.
Well, come on. I'm not writing that down.
I think I know that one too. I know that one too.
I
know
got
that
it.
one too. I'm gonna go first.
You in a minute.
Somebody telling somebody you're gay without your permission.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I was gonna say.
Everybody gets a point.
outed. Are you gonna check what the definition is?
Oh yeah.
I'm just curious.
Outed. When an LGBTQ plus person's sexual orientation or
How do you
gender
feel about
identity is disclosed to someone else without their consent. Yeah, I nailed it.
Can we take a pause for a minute?
Yeah,
How do
absolutely.
you feel about that?
I like discussing that.
Yeah.
Because I'm yeah.
Wait, everybody gets a point, right? So
Yeah.
3.
I have my thoughts, but I want to hear yours first.
I mean, I'm just gonna share a story. I'm a big Wendy Williams fan. I used to watch her show.
Oh, I loved her,
every
yeah.
single day.
She's still alive, right?
I do love someone.
She's okay?
She's doing great, actually.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I don't think she's supposed to be in that conservatorship.
No.
No.
I thought she was like close to like death to
No,
me, the way they were
no.
writing about her. You know what I mean?
But anyway, there's a clip that just kind of resurfaced, and it's a clip about Tyrese, and Wendy Williams is saying, Tyrese is so mean to women. Why is he so mean to women? He's never really been mean to any men. Well, Tyrese likes men. Like that, you know, in a sense, kind of somewhat like outing him or whatever. And she's done that quite a bit.
A lot.
You know? And I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. People should be able to come out on their own terms at their own time. So
Yeah.
I don't really, I mean, it's like cheeky or whatever, but I don't really support her doing that. I think it's a terrible thing, and I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
Really.
I think I even have this on my Instagram wall, like, you know, National Coming Out Day. I think it's for everyone, even those who are in the closet, because there may be reasons why there's solid reasons why people can't do it.
Yeah.
Say it come
Like
out.
getting killed?
Yeah, like getting
You know?
killed. There's serious repercussions for it. Ostracized from your family. Some people can't handle that. Everyone's circumstance is different. I forget who said it though. I think it was this is a while ago. It was kind of like when gay was going mainstream, right, when we were getting like the right to get married, and then the ban in the military was lifted. I kind of sided with this person. I wish I could remember who it was, but they're like, I oppose outing someone unless you are doing something to harm the gay community. Like if you were like a Republican politician voting on things,
Gotcha.
or you're like outside of the community doing things in the community, or like you're being messy, I think that's acceptable.
I agree with that.
All right.
Actually,
Yeah.
Hey.
Stop them in their tracks.
All right. I like it.
You want to play games? Let's play
Okay.
games.
Let's play games.
It is spinning, ladies and
Like it.
gentlemen. It is spinning. Boop. And I'll stop right here. By the way, the score is 3-3-2. I'm in the running. Oh, holy shit.
Are you?
Hey, 3-3-2. Gillic competence. And believe it or not, I think I actually might know
What
what
is
that
it?
means.
Let me see.
Gillic competence.
Gillick.
You know what? I actually remember this from the 5 on the Fox episode. The name. Let's see if I can remember what it actually is. Duane.
I have no idea.
Is it like being able to pass? Like being able to pass like passing as like a straight person? You're competent. You're Gillick competence. You can pass as a straight person.
I just don't know what Gillick means, so
I think it's like somebody's name that came up with this.
Yeah, no, it's
Like,
it's
whatever.
like it just happens. I heard this. It's when a doctor can give somebody under the age of 18 permission to make sexual changes without the parents' consent.
How does that happen?
I was saying, how is that possible?
How is that legal in
What
America?
does it say?
Okay.
I'll have to look that up later.
Yeah. A term used in the medical law to decide whether a child under the age of 16 is able to consent to their own medical treatment without the need for parental permission or knowledge. So I was the closest.
So this is just in general medical, not necessarily transgender.
Transgender, right.
This is-
Okay.
got it.
I think I deserve the point for this. I think it was close enough where yeah.
I'll give it to you,
Yeah,
but you definitely.
I think so.
You definitely studied that last night.
No. I wish.
But it's
I'm
like
lying.
it's
I
not
wish.
specific to like gender affirming care.
No.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. This was on the 5 that talked about it.
I mean, I guess
I guess if
relate.
you
It can relate.
emancipated
Yeah.
yourself at
Yeah.
16, you would need that.
Yeah. No, because then I said or it's like Jill competence or something like that. And I was like, oh, now I was able to put it together. But I was close enough. I'll give myself the point. 3-3-3, ladies and gentlemen. The straight man is winning. By the way, if I win this and you two lose, we can never do this again. This show is over.
If you win this, it's because you studied this last night. And
do
I
strike you sitting on my couch
Yes.
studying gay terms?
You came up with the idea.
Drive a Mini Cooper, so yes.
You strike me as the type to come up with a game that you could rig to win.
You know what? I would. Not this one, but I totally would. All right. And here we go. And whoop. No, next one. Platonic partnership. No, that's not worth it. And next. Ooh.
Why is that even? Can you? Well, okay. I was like platonic partnership. Isn't that just your friend?
Yeah.
But I guess if you were maybe in a platonic living situation, like a lifelong living situation, but usually wasn't that your gay uncle before?
Living with his friend.
His friend of 37 years.
You know what?
What happened to that other list that you had that
Let's
was
go.
like crazy?
No. I want to go with transphobia. I want to see actually who nails the definition the most. And I have no idea how they define it. So let's see what the official LGBTQ definition of transphobia is.
Well,
What?
No, I'm serious.
I have no idea what that means either.
I'm just gonna say what it is.
Of course I know what it means. It's
No. Write it down and read it.
So-
No.
You want like the most
The most
articulate?
closest thing to what what you think it says on here. Not the way you interpret it, the way you would think they have it written.
not an interpretation.
No, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Transphobia. Okay.
I have 4 words.
Yeah. The here. People. Hey, don't be looking up shit.
No, I'm just looking for a longer. That list is not
Fine.
as comprehensive as the one you had last time.
Or difficult.
Yeah.
I was like, I know almost every word.
What are you talking about, man? This is pretty difficult. It's
not.
3. All right, Theo, you go first. What's the definition of transphobia?
Someone who has the fear of transgender people.
Okay.
An innate fear of transgender individuals.
I have the fear that people have towards people that don't identify themselves as any gender. Prejudice or negative attitudes, beliefs, or views about trans people. This can include the fear or dislike of someone based on the fact that they are or are perceived to be trans.
They
We
were
all
just
get
doing
a
too
point.
much.
We all,
They were doing too much.
we all get a point. And actually, not to confiscate your situation, but I
Okay.
just found a thing.
Even
and-
more terms?
Yes.
Jeez. All right.
And this one I don't know, and it just popped up.
All right. Let's hear it.
Um,
Wait. Just so we're clear. This is now for the win.
It is for the win.
Or if we have a tie, we'll tell somebody is separate on their own by
And
a
I don't
point.
think anybody's going to get this one.
It is
All right, what is
4-4-4. No, you don't understand how serious this is. It's
not that serious.
4-4-4.
It's not that
I
serious.
thought it was going to be 4-4-0.
It's not that serious.
I'm beating these people. I'm so
You're
excited.
not beating anybody.
I gotta win this. Oh yeah.
You're not gonna win.
No, I'm not gonna win. All right, let's hear it.
Envy.
Pronounce it?
Envy. E-N-B-Y.
E-N-B-Y.
Envy.
E-N-B-Y.
B-Y. Envy.
N-B. This is for the win, ladies and gentlemen. N-B.
N is in Nancy, not
It
M
is
as
in
in
Nancy, yeah.
E-N-B-Y. Everybody needs bitches yesterday. No, that's not.
What about today?
E-N-B-Y. Fuck, man. It's easier to study medical terms than this stuff. E-N-B-Y. E-N.
You really do watch Fox News.
He does, right?
I love Fox News. It's incredible.
Loves it.
Oh, man. I used to watch CNN. It sucks now, man. E-N-B-Y.
I mean, I don't know what the hell it is. I just saw it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. It looks like envy, but it's not. I wonder what it is.
Was it an acronym?
I
Or is it
don't
a
know.
word?
I don't know.
Oh.
You know
It
what?
was all capitalized.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the host, I have to tell you, and we're right on schedule, it is 4-4-4. I probably, unless one of these gentlemen gets this right, I'm going to have to, of course, just guess. I'm going to go first.
Okay.
I'm very proud to say that at least I got 4 points, but I'm going to say it's something that's all-inclusive to non-binary. NB has to be non-binary.
Damn, why didn't I think about that?
Yeah. It has to, okay, at least if I have a chance of winning this, I'm going to say the NB stands for non-binary. So I'm going to hope you both have less than I do, but the NB has to be non-binary.
What did you get?
I know. No, nothing.
0? Okay.
Yeah.
So at least I have something.
Okay,
What do you have?
I put envy amongst bisexual people.
Wow.
Envy.
You should be beaten.
I know. Okay.
What is it?
Envy. Okay, ENVY describes a person who does not identify as exclusively male or exclusively female and usually prefers they as a pronoun. Envy is the phonetic pronunciation of envy, which stands for non-binary. Not all non-binary individuals prefer or use this term. People just making up shit. They're just making shit up. Envy.
Wait. We need a moment of silence for this as I tally up the total score. I think I had the closest answer.
But you didn't have the correct answer,
Ladies and gentlemen,
I guess.
since we are living in a new regime now, this is probably all going to be erased so that there's no historic proof of this ever happening.
And he studied these terms last night.
Yeah, why didn't study anything? Ladies and
He
gentlemen,
definitely studied these terms last night. Y'all know he studied these terms.
ladies and gentlemen, it appears I have won.
Wait a minute. This is a bonus.
Oh, wait. How
you
are you
can't
going to rob me on this moment? Ladies and gentlemen, the white straight man officially has defeated the Lakers and the New York Knicks for a score of 5-4-4 with a lucky Hail Mary. It was a Hail Mary, the NB, I will admit. But wow. I want my double-sided dildo.
Hey. Okay, so
I'm the gay of the week.
what is soggy or sogi? Soggy.
Sogi. Now we're just doing it for the fun. I don't know. Sogi. Saggy, sogi.
Sogi.
Sexual orientation, gender, identifying. I'm just trying to go off the logic that I've been witnessing on the terms. It's always kind of leads back to the same thing I'm noticing, like in flying. It's going to be S is going to be sexual, NB non-binary, G gay. You know what I mean? Like,
You're right. It's sexual sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender
Look at
expression. And we talked about this.
I got it by 40%.
We talked about this a few weeks ago. How you were saying as a straight person that people like you are starting to not take gay people or
the community. I mean the home office.
seriously.
The home office.
They're not starting to take it. They're not taking it seriously because we continue to have all of it. And in like a year from now there'll be like 5 more things or something like that.
Well, no, they're saying they're adding.
But you know what? A lot of those terms have actually been around for a long time.
Yeah.
They're just not commonly used. And so a lot of times what's happening is that they're being put forth in more of the public arena.
Yeah.
People think that there's all these new terms being made up. That's not actually the case. A lot of them have always been.
But I do have even gay friends that, believe it or not, are Republican, or even they're like, dude, this is now so out of fucking control.
Yeah, gay friends that are Republican.
100%, many of them. There's many. I know, hard to believe.
Yeah,
but,
I know that they exist.
Well, even a lot non-Republican gay people that are like, hey, this is kind of getting now a little, it's mockery-ish. It's like Washington politics has nothing to do with the rest of America. And I feel like the home office of whoever's running this is almost starting to do like
Why
a
are
disservice.
so many people? Can I ask you a question? Why do you feel like so many people are focused on that? Like, I don't think there needs to be this much of a focus on transgender people. It does, like, their issues don't affect them.
You know what? That's a wonderful question. My answer to that is because I think that home office, I'm just calling it home office for argument's sake, always does something where they do something to that puts it back on the map. Just when people get like okay with it.
Do they make
100%?
Or does the Republican Party make it an issue?
100%. No, it's not. It's not the
What do
Republican.
they do to put it back on the?
I'll give you the perfect example. I'll give you the example of all examples. I'm not going to mention the gay couple's name, because I don't know what their political orientation is. I know it's not Republican. I can tell you that. And they've been together for 30 years. We were in Pasadena doing a photo shoot. Mm-hmm. They had the rainbow flag on the City Hall building. Mm-hmm. First thing out of almost said his name's mouth was like, "Oh fuck, why?" That's exactly what the fuck we don't want. And I promise you, these guys are probably as liberal as it gets. The whole 20 fucking years I was out there holding a sign because the whole point from home office was we're no different. The only different thing is that what we do in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. That's it. Wait, I'll give you 2. You asked, I'll give you 2.
No, but I just want to ask, when was this? When was this flag? Was it during like June?
No.
Randomly?
No. You guys know it was fucking all over the place in every government, but everywhere.
Where? I don't remember seeing the gay flag on any government.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay, well, it was up there. It was up there.
It must have been during Pride Month.
Yeah.
Well,
During Pride
even
season.
then.
Yeah.
The gay.
Then I think it's okay.
No, it's not okay. The
Why
only
is it
flag that
okay?
should be on the government building is the U.S. flag or the state flag.
Okay.
There's absolutely no reason the musician's flag, a gay. Why? You saying you're no different?
Because you're showing support for
for
Or
what?
disenfranchised.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
Okay, but see, that's what rubs people the wrong. It didn't rub me the wrong way, but I'm telling you, it rubbed a lot of fucking people the wrong way. It's counterproductive. I'll give you another thing. For 30 years, everybody's like, we're no different. Why are you treating us and disadvantaging us when the only difference about us is that we just have a different preference in partner in the bed. And I bought into that. I'm like, I agree. There's no fucking difference. Who cares what you do in the bedroom? It's your bedroom. How dare anybody tell you different? LGBTQ Home Office comes out. Well, now, if you have a gay character, it should be played by a gay person. The fucking arrogance, and even to Stanley Tucci and everybody.
Well, I don't think.
Well, let me finish.
I don't think that's the Home Office. That's just certain gay.
It doesn't matter who it is. It's offensive to me as an actor. And what is so special about you?
Should be offended about it, but that.
Let
can't
me
say
finish.
One actor's.
What is so special about you that now you need to be gay in order to play? It's called acting.
I don't subscribe to that. I think anyone.
A lot of people did.
If you're good for that role,
A lot of people
but
did.
a lot of people don't.
A lot of people did.
What do you call this? Is
You know how a lot of people
Here's what I'm
did?
taking issue with: this Home Office. Who's the Home Office?
Well,
Who's the president? Are you the president?
No. I'm telling you, whoever's running your show.
We don't have anybody running our show. Is what we're
listen,
telling you.
I don't have a better term for you.
There's not like a black caucus or a black
I'm just
or
telling
a
you.
gay caucus. This is what happens.
People won't tell you what I'm telling you.
This is what I
I'm
think
telling you.
happens is that the right will hear a perspective from
This has
someone
nothing to do
that's
with left or right. This is
listen,
nothing.
Let me fit. Yes, it is.
No, it doesn't.
Because the right is the one that thinks there's a home office. There's a home office. They will hear something being an idea or a commentary by someone that's prominent within the gay community and think that is representative of all.
No, I disagree. This was not blown up by the Republicans. There was no. This is a big LGBT community. I think everybody is pushing. Hey, you're right. If you're trans, trans characters should be played by trans people. That's not Republicans pushing that narrative. That's liberals pushing that narrative. I don't see a single Republican who says you should be trans in order to play a trans character.
Well,
And
I never
trans
people to exist.
Well, exactly.
A lot of them.
Well, case in point, why do you think people voted the way they did? But anyway, the point is, so first and foremost, logistically, where does the nonsense stop? If you're a wife beater, play a wife beater in a movie, you have to be a wife beater. If you play a Nazi in a movie, you have to be a real Nazi. Oh, no, that's different.
But let me ask you a question.
Why?
Are straight men not allowed to play gay characters? Is that not happening?
No straight
They're
men.
still doing it.
They're
doing it.
That's a
So
lie.
There
That's
is
a
no
lie.
there is no straight man right now in LA who would take a prominent straight guy would take a gay role.
That's
I promise you right now.
No. They won't
Daniel
take
Craig
it. They
just
won't
did it.
take it because they're scared it's going to harm their career.
Correct.
So then let the gay actors have it.
Well, listen to that very poison you
Let
just
the
said.
gay actors have it.
I got no problem with that. But what I'm telling you, you guys ask, and I'm telling you, it doesn't matter to me. But understand, this is the kind of shit that when you sell people in 20 years, hey, we're no different, it should make no difference. But then you start doing shit like that. You put your, flags up there on government buildings. People are going to be clearly
you're
rubbed off.
making
Listen,
an issue out of things that aren't issues.
Listen to me.
Because I don't think there's a shortage of straight men that if a straight man doesn't want to play a gay role, it's because he didn't want to play a gay role. Daniel Craig just played one. You have Timothée Chalamet and Armie Hammer and was it Call Me by Your Name?
Correct.
There's so many roles that are
And people
gay
are taking
roles.
offense to that and saying gay roles should be played by gay characters.
It doesn't stop it from happening.
Right.
People can have an opinion. It doesn't mean that that's going to stop what's going to.
Well, listen,
happen.
that's above my pay grade. What I'm telling you is, I'm giving you, because I know how these people feel.
You didn't like Pamela Anderson without makeup.
Yeah, because she looks fucking ugly without makeup.
That doesn't mean that she shouldn't do it.
But anyway, I want to circle back to this just in close, because again, I have no horse in the race. What I'm saying is, when I saw that gay couple of 30 years, and we were in Pasadena, I'll never forget this moment, and again, I almost said his name. He looked up, and he saw the flag there. The first thing out of his mouth was like, why? That's exactly what we fucking don't want.
Well,
That's exactly. Just humor him. This is a gay gentleman married for 30 years, has a payroll more than the three of us combined. Very successful. I promise you, this is not a Republican, and I don't know what he is, but I promise you, he's not a Republican. And that's stuck with me, as you can see, even now.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I can tell, but like he said, what did he say? He said, "Why?"
No, he
Is
was
that
just
what we
like,
want?
dude, that it's something extent of like that. Why are you putting the fucking flag up? That's exactly
not?
what we don't. Well,
Why
okay,
not?
okay, why
Why
not?
not?
Hey, well, I think a government building is for the state flag, the American flag, and see now you're singling out. Now it's not all of a sudden we're nothing special. Apparently we are special because we're on the flag. See, if I put a musician flag up there, musicians are special.
What's the musician flag?
Doesn't matter. Put any flag, Serbian flag,
Are
Armenian
you-
flag.
are-
I hate when I see.
Are musicians being are they being oppressed or facing prejudice? Or
Are you being oppressed in LA?
yes,
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
It may not be as much as it would be in other parts of the country. It's safer here for us, but yes.
Okay, well then-
it's not easy.
then run for office,
If it-
change things.
If it were
donate, do
easy, then
things.
everybody would come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but that doesn't mean the flag needs to be on the government building. Does an Armenian flag need to be on the government building?
Well, this is in Armenia.
Exactly. It's
That would
okay.
that would be yeah. You can't put an Armenian flag on it.
Okay, let me ask you something.
That doesn't make
Do-
sense.
Do you understand? Let me ask you from a different angle. Do you understand why some people, including a lot of gays, do not want the flag on the government building? Are you
I don't think-
are you able to sell yourself from looking at it from the other perspective?
I can.
Can
but
you can you sell
can you
can you sell yourself on the idea that if you're nothing
I
special
can.
and
Can
you're
you let me-
equal and
can you
everything,
let me answer? I
that
just
your
don't-
flag doesn't need to be up there.
Can you let me answer? I can.
and this is
see-
coming from a supporter.
I can, Marko, shut up. I can see the other side. I just think that it's not that big of a deal. If you're hyper focused on that when we have so many other issues, I probably wouldn't. As a gay person, I may not even notice the flag up there.
Okay,
if I
but that's
walk
your
by it.
problem. See, that's your problem. That's exactly the problem. And that's why people go vote the way they do, because you don't see it up there. Because you want to be equally included in that, but then
No,
then,
you're not.
no.
You just misinterpreted what I said. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I probably am not paying attention to the American flag being up there.
Well-
It's just not that big of if you're hyper focused on whether or not the rainbow flag is on top of a state building or federal building with all the fucking issues we have right now, your priorities are wrong.
Okay, and I'm telling you,
Rearrange them.
no, that's the problem. The problem is it's things like that makes people go vote the way they do. Because the
Probably,
gay
but
community,
they need to rearrange their priorities.
no, the gay community should come out and be like, hey man, the whole
Don't put
point
that
is,
flag up.
the whole point is, we're exactly that. We're nothing special. We're equal. All we have difference is a sexual preference, which is nothing. Do you understand? The only difference between me and you is who we fuck in the bedroom. There's nothing special about you because you're with a guy or with a woman, nothing, right?
But when
Let me finish. Based upon that, you don't need a rainbow flag on a government building. Now, if you're truly in a country where you're getting massacred and killed, you're not putting that flag anyway.
Right, but here's the thing: if you are part of a group of people, a minority group that has been and still does face prejudice, from government entities, to when the government finally shows you support, that representation, that support matters. That's called inclusivity. And unless you've been a part of that and felt that from day one of your existence on this earth, when you look up and you see something that you feel like represents you, because for a lot of times the American flag is, that's America, but a lot of people in America don't feel represented by that flag. So to see a symbol that signals to you, we support you.
Singling
too.
out a certain group of people.
It's not singling out.
It is. It's
for
singling out
a certain amount of time. Like, come on.
Well, then you got to start putting up flags
I think
for
you're getting
everything.
your panties in a knot.
No. Listen, I'm playing devil's advocate because I'm telling you, you're going to hear from me what most people are not going to tell you. They're just going to go let it down to the
And
voting
I'm
booth.
telling you, it's just not.
And this
why are we talking
nonsense,
about that?
this nonsense. So if you have to be gay to play a gay character, this nonsense of singling out something when you're telling people we're not special, and then getting extra. If you don't want to be special, stop doing shit that gets you extra attention. That's the fastest way to turn off people. I'm telling you. And you know how I know I'm right? Because the way people voted. Mm-hmm. See, when people go blow you out like that, that's people that don't feel comfortable saying something. Because when they say something, when you have nothing, you're going to call exactly what you guys are now, calling everybody a Nazi. You just went from this to Nazi level now. You got nothing. Where do you go after the greatest of all time, like Bill Maher said, the goat of evil? What's after Hitler?
When people are referring to like Trump supporters as Nazis, but they're comparing them. They're comparing imagery and a pattern that's similar to the rise of the third
Yeah,
Reich.
well, we're far from that pattern. I mean, then go study
not
your
far
history.
from
No,
it.
we're not far.
Yes,
we
we-
are far from it. We're
No,
very
we're
far
not.
from that.
No,
we are.
we're not.
Last time I checked,
you can draw clear parallels. The rallies. What president holds rallies during their presidency? That's weird.
Yeah, and that makes him Hitler.
That's the big. When you study the beginnings of Nazism, you have to. He started in a beer hall, and he slowly grew.
Yeah, I'm very.
But when you look
very
at
educated on
Europe,
Europe.
so when you're
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at the evolution of the Third Reich,
okay.
that we're starting to look like that, and that's why when
Okay.
people say
Okay.
history
Yeah.
repeats itself.
Okay. Well,
Marko.
hey, no, okay. Well, like I said, there's a reason people vote the way they do. My suggestion is for any group of people, gay, lesbian, straight, black, white, Asian, Serbian, Armenian, if you want to turn people off, shove shit in their face. If you want to turn people off, shove shit. I'm telling you, you keep doing what you're doing, you're not going to win an election in the next 60 years. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Look at the results. At some point, you got to sit down and be like, hey, what we're doing isn't working. And to me, it doesn't feel about equality anymore. It's like, okay, now that's not enough. Now you want to play Theo, you got to be gay. If you want to play, now we're at the black women playing Jesus Christ shit. And at some point, I'm telling you.
But here's the thing. So, like, they said the same thing.
It's a great conversation.
But they said the same thing about Will and Grace.
And I'm a Nazi if I don't like that.
Now they say the same thing about Will and Grace. They're shoving it in our face again. Well, if it wasn't for Will and Grace, when people acquiescing to it, that they attribute a lot of our evolutions and I'm at a loss of words.
Are you high again?
No, I'm
too
just
bad.
really tired.
That was me.
I'm tired. They attribute our advancements and achievements in terms of the gay rights movement. It's not only there's Stonewall riots and all these other things.
You mean like moving into the mainstream?
Moving into the mainstream. Yeah, I couldn't find the I had a term that I couldn't find, but they attribute a lot of that is to some of these mainstream type shows like Will and Grace because it made us relatable and it made us seem like that there's nothing different.
And it's not shoving anything into anybody's face. Don't watch.
Listen, I know that, but I'm telling you how it comes off.
Came on, they got criticisms for that.
Well, so did Ellen.
And whenever you do. If we just show up somewhere, if there's a kiss on The Last of Us, you'll see someone in the comment sections. They're shoving it in our face.
That's something else. That's just people hating for the sake of hating. I'm just saying.
So then define for me. I think that would be clear for maybe from people on our side of the community or our side of the political aisle. When you say that things are being shoved in your face outside of that flag reference, try to give us another reference so that I can understand what is being shoved in your face.
Look,
or not your face, what you think that's segment of the population feels is being shoved in their face outside of the flag on the government showing.
Well, no, the flag was unique because it was a gay couple next to me that was rubbed the wrong way. Like you'd know me, Theo will tell you I can give a shit less.
There's a lot of gay people that don't particularly care for the rainbow flag.
And trust me, there's a lot of.
Sounds like that's
there
happen to be two of them.
But what struck me was just the way he said it because it was like a comment as in that's exactly what we don't want to do.
But also you said
it was like we're winning. It was he said in a very intelligent way of like, okay, that's exactly the tension we don't want. It doesn't need to be on the. We have everywhere else we can put. It doesn't need to be on the city hall or whatever.
Also, I feel like based on what you said they've been a couple for 30 years.
Yeah.
So to me, that sounds like they're old school. They're old school. Yeah. So remember when it was old school, we had to hide everything and keep everything tucked away. And so the fact that now there's this rainbow flag flying over Pasadena City Hall or whatever it was, that's probably something that makes them they're not used to that.
That could be the case too. Yeah,
because they're used to
could be the case
hiding
too.
and pulling away.
Absolutely.
And we've talked about this before. Like today's young gay people, they are out there. They're just out there, and so it's a whole different environment for them because we're not being oppressed like we were before. We're able to be ourselves.
And in my country, they're still oppressed. In Serbia, you can't be free. I mean, maybe now a little bit, but back then you'd get beaten to a pulp. You know what I mean? And I just I get extra sensitive because like I don't want you guys to start on doing stuff. It's like you get that winning syndrome, and it's like don't start doing shit that's counterproductive. Okay. when you start doing this narrative of, okay, you got to be trans to play trans, this and that, now it's going.
It sounds like you're saying you can have this, but stay in your place.
No.
That's what it sounds like.
No. It's
Isn't
the
that what
opposite.
that sounds
No,
like?
no.
And it's
A
like,
little bit.
But,
Hear me out. Listen.
But if you're trans, can you see this other side? Like
You don't need to be trans to play a trans fucking
No,
character.
you
It's
don't.
called acting. You don't need to be a fucking doctor to play a fucking doctor.
Nobody is saying
but
that.
If you're a trans,
No, it is. That's the
but
thing.
if
They
you're
are
a
saying.
transgender actress, how many opportunities do you have?
That's
to
not
act?
what they're saying. That's not
Yes,
what
they
they're
are.
saying. No, they're
that
not
is
saying
the
that.
point.
They're saying you.
That is the argument. They try to make opportunities for transgender actresses.
Yes.
No.
That is their point.
No. The point should be pick the best fucking actor for the job. It should be irrelevant if you're transgender or not.
If you're a transgender, if you're a transgender woman and you're an actress and you're going out for roles for cis women, like you're probably number one. You're probably not going to be able to go out for roles for cis women. So what else is there for you? Why not give these people the opportunity?
Who says not? Who said
why
anything
can't
about?
Cynthia
see, you guys are
Erivo?
twisting it.
Why can't
You got-
can't Cynthia Erivo play Black Jesus?
Yeah, you're twisting it. You're twisting it. Like nobody says don't give these people an opportunity. Nobody said anything like that.
But where
Yeah.
would they get that?
You know, how
Realistically,
how many
realistically.
hundreds of gay people have played straight characters in the 70s, 80s, and 90s because they weren't allowed to come out? That's great. Who gives a fuck? I just found out Perry Mason was gay. Raymond Burr.
Right, but that doesn't count.
gives
if
a
you're
shit?
Not,
He
that
was the-
doesn't count if you're not allowed to be out.
Okay, I get your point, but I'm just saying I didn't care because he was the best actor for the job. That guy was so good at Perry Mason. Who gives a shit? He probably book it today.
And what they're saying when gay communities are when the gay community is saying, like, or if they argue that, you know, a gay person should play this role or a trans person should play this role, the premise behind that is if you're an out gay man, it is harder to get work in any role.
That's not the
And if
nature
you're-
of what
and
they're
if-
saying.
and yes, that's where it's stemming from, Marko. And if you're
I'm not buying it.
transgender, and if
Nah.
you don't have to buy it for it to be your belief and
And it's
reality,
nothing to do
are
with
mutually
staying your lane. Give me some
exclusive
fucking
things.
credit. You know me for 20 years. I mean, come on.
I'm not saying but if you if and how many opportunities is a transgender woman going to get to play just any role? She's limited to those roles.
One just got nominated for an Oscar till she turned out to be a fucking racist. How's that for an answer?
She's playing a transgender character.
No, she is trans and turned out to be a fucking Nazi. Actually, funny enough.
What's your point?
Exactly that. It doesn't matter.
That makes no sense.
That totally makes sense. I think he got it.
No, I didn't get it. Don't try to throw me in there. It was
What was it? Emilia Perez?
Yeah, it was an opportunity. It was a trans.
Yeah.
It was a role for a trans.
Okay.
She just fucked
She
herself
is a
up.
trans
Correct.
actress.
And was nominated in the women's category.
Was she nominated in the women's category?
She was nominated in the women's category. Correct. Yes.
Supporting actress. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
because
of course
she's a
she would be.
woman.
She's a woman.
She's
She's
a
a trans
woman.
woman. She's a
Okay.
trans woman.
Okay. And guess what? Turns out she's the fucking biggest bigot of them all.
But that doesn't change the fact about the casting.
No, it
casting,
it
though,
proves
what
my
happened?
point that you guys have to use up with this fucking everything evil in your life is due to fucking Republicans bullshit. So you can be a trans and be a fucking racist.
I don't think every
know.
gay person thinks.
I don't know,
everything
man.
That's going on
I don't know.
is due to
Like I said,
Republicans.
when I see people vote like that,
There's plenty of homophobic people that are not Republicans.
well, there's also a lot of gays that
Yes.
are Republicans. You know what I mean? But
There's also internalized homophobia within gays.
by the
so-
way, can we agree on one thing? What a great episode.
yes. What time are we?
We are at 1 hour and 8 minutes, and it feels like 3 hours. And ladies and gentlemen, I can continue this conversation for
don't.
another 3 hours.
Please
But I will tell you one thing. You see what makes this show so great. We're all learning. We're all trying to function in a world where things are changing, where things are complicated. In America, things are very complicated. The propaganda of how things are sold elsewhere is even worse, for better and for worse. Half the world hates us, half the world looks up to us. I think there's a lot of disagreement within the family in itself, but I'll tell you one thing. There's one thing that we did today that you... There's one thing we did today... There's one thing we... Hey, shut up! There's one thing... I have a script here. There's one thing we did today that you will not see many people do. We talked about it in a fair and respectful way, and I can tell you I'm leaving this conversation having learned a lot and thinking about it a lot. I know the other two guys probably feel the same.
Yes.
And that's what makes this show so great, because there's nowhere else that I know where you can come and do this over a beer. We can agree on that. And by the way...
Marko, tell them about the comment section.
Comment? What are you talking about?
Oh, actually, before you do that, before we go,
The comments?
Comments. Please engage in
That's a given. Yeah, I'm getting there. I was going to point out
we're
something.
starting to get people commenting.
I want to point out something much more important.
What's that?
I won.
Oh,
I'm
shut
the
up.
gay of the week.
Jesus. What did I?
Why do we even?
I am the gay of the week. I love
Yes,
it.
you are. Bye, everyone.
Guys, subscribe, like, comment. We love you. And this is exactly why we're here, because that's what makes this fucking show so badass. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Yes. Bye, guys.